More than a decade ago, a small group of people started talking honestly about masculinity, family, psychology, and power, in a space where they wouldn't be judged for it. That conversation didn't stay small. This is the story of the Haven Project X. It began as a modest private Facebook group built around a simple guiding principle: settle the past, master the present, define the future. The people who gathered there were disillusioned by mainstream conversations about gender, family, and psychology. Many of them men and concerned observers watching shifts in education, family courts, and cultural messaging around masculinity. What they found in that private space was something rare: room to share personal stories, identify patterns, and exchange practical wisdom without performative judgment. Settling the past meant confronting real history honestly, personal, generational, and societal, using psychological frameworks to understand root causes, not just airing grievances. As the group matured, so did its scope. The launch of a public page marked a shift from private support to open, documented inquiry. Contributors began tracking recurring themes across academia, media, policy, and institutions, along with the human costs they observed in family structures and individual well-being. The approach has always prioritized pattern recognition over partisan allegiance, drawing on personal testimony, institutional records, and cultural analysis to examine how certain frameworks have shaped policy, education, and family life, and to weigh their outcomes honestly. At its core, the Haven Project X exists around one mantra: truth over narrative, a commitment to evidence-based inquiry and intellectual honesty, even under social pressure. That mission moves through 4 strands: forensic, psychological, and behavioral analysis, mapping how individual patterns can scale into institutional ones; cultural and political critique, examining policy, media, and education with a close, evidence-first lens; support for agency and resilience, practical insight for individuals and families navigating a complicated world; and community and knowledge sharing, long-form research and open dialogue, built for rigorous exchange rather than an echo chamber. The method is deliberately forensic: primary sources, statistical trends, historical context, and first-hand accounts compiled without sensationalism. It's how thoughtful people actually process reality, by watching for patterns across time and context, in an era where information overload makes that kind of synthesis rare. Trust in institutions keeps eroding as the gap between official narratives and lived experience grows. Young men face distinct challenges in education and mental health. Families navigate contradictory cultural signals. The Haven Project X positions itself as a consistent, principled alternative, an archive, a space for pattern recognition, and a community for people tired of performative discourse. This isn't a promise of utopia. It's an offer of something more durable, a clearer map of the world as it actually is, so it can be shaped with more integrity. If that kind of rigorous, unflinching inquiry speaks to you, the Haven Project X is on Substack. Read, share, and join the conversation. Subscribe for more from the Haven Project X and settle in for the next piece of the inquiry.